I don't know what happened, but my top just totally flew open because the mosh pit just got going and it flung my boobs out.
An 80s video clip in the wind. Like cherry pie.
Wax on, wax off.
Cigarettes.
Excellent.
Hello and welcome, Midlifers. We're your hosts, Fons.
And Liz.
And this is your weekly podcast where it's not self-help, but more help yourself to a smorgasbord of nostalgia, laughter, and deep dive into the past.
Welcome, listeners, to this week's show. We are starting off with Don't Be a Dick with the in-laws. I wonder if this is going to be a bit spicy or controversial. We'll see. And we are doing a deep dive into 90s grunge.
This is right up my alley.
I know. If you've listened to us, you know we were not the R&B kind, or not really.
You were.
A little bit. But we were of
The
big
grunge.
era, so we're very excited about this.
So let's jump in.
Yeah. Before we do our deep dive into the grunge, interesting, because the other day our friend Cal pointed out to us that ACDC are going to be touring Australia and coming to Melbourne, so we've got to go to that.
I would love to go.
So I think that's going to be in November. We've also got tickets, I think possibly in December. We're going to Metallica, you and I.
Oh, yes.
Friends, Erin Cal, are going to Oasis.
I'm going to Oasis too.
Are you?
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not on the same night.
No, it's in November.
No, but Metallica and Oasis have a show on the same night.
No, I just checked it. We're on November 5th or November 4th.
Oh, if it's on the Saturday, you and I are going to Metallica.
No, it's on a Tuesday night.
Ah, they've got a few shows then.
Yeah, they've got about 4 shows. I
Okay,
think I've got
good.
the last
Good.
one.
I'm booked you in, man. I'm looking at it like, oh, you're not natural.
No, because it's so funny because we're at a cafe and my husband told me to check the dates and
Yeah.
it was on a Tuesday. I'm like,
Okay,
oh, I've got to
cool.
get the babysitters ready.
Because on that Saturday,
Oh, bloody
there is
hell.
an Oasis show and Metallica show on the same night.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. And I just think
Oh,
the Gen Xers and Millennials are going to be out
oh
on
my
the town.
God, it's going to be so fun.
Bring out the Neurofan and
Oh.
the Deep Heat.
And the insoles.
Yes, the orthopedic insoles. We're going to be rocking the town.
And when everyone walks, it's like
Yeah, I know.
everyone sneezes.
Well, that's what I was thinking about ACDC. Thinking, oh my gosh, I
Oh.
thought, what is the audience going to be like? Because obviously ACDC's been around for
Yes.
years, and good on them.
Yeah, good for them.
And but then I saw some of the footage on news yesterday when they officially announced their show, and they are still freaking rocking out.
Good for them.
Good for them. They must be having some good meds.
I have to say I'm really, well, slightly past them over here, but I'm actually excited because Amel and the Sniffers are supporting. So Amel is led by Amy, and she's this punk Aussie band, and she's like really in your face, really
cool.
Aussie.
Yeah.
Love them, love the energy. I'm so excited to see them.
I just can't wait because, also, not that she's really our thing. Mariah Carey as well is coming to that. I think she's doing the R&B Fridays or
The
something.
heck?
Yes.
How do you go from ACDC, Oasis, Amel and the Sniffers to Mariah Carey?
By this, I mean the stars of our era.
Oh my God, the 90s kids are going to be out. It's going to be
are rocking.
It's going to be like a year 12 reunion.
No, I can't wait.
Oh, I love it. Well, Miz, on the other side, I have gotten into TikTok.
Yes.
I've started exploring it, starting putting some reels up. And boy, oh boy,
Welcome.
it's a tough nut to crack at the moment. So I only have 7 followers, and I got a new one last night, brought it up to 8, and within 5 minutes it deleted, and I'm back to 7. And I feel like, Mez, only you know my deepest, darkest secrets of having 1 or 2 views or whatever.
I feel, listen, our TikTok for our official Midlifers
That's popping.
it's at 74. It's not really popping. We get like one new one a week. So you're not far off us as a combination.
It's so funny.
It's weird because obviously our age demo is mainly on Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram, we're doing well. We know our stuff.
Yeah, I
know?
like Instagram.
Yeah, we're sort of getting there and we know what we're doing there. And our views are good there.
Yeah, they're
then-
very good.
Go to TikTok. As I said, you like it to get 100 sometimes. And it's something that works on one platform.
That's not.
Does not.
That's like you said to me. You go, what works on TikTok goes in stories on Instagram.
Yeah, it's very different.
That's
and you
a-
just got to be like, oh, well,
Yeah, just fob it off and delete and keep going.
I don't delete. I just put my tragedy out there for the world to see.
I'm like, this only got 2 likes. I'm deleting it.
Do you?
Yeah, I've got enough shame in my life. Don't need it on TikTok as well.
Shame.
Shame.
So you look like a dick to me, so everybody just listen to me. This is how not to be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
With the in-laws.
So this is from the perspective of an in-law.
Yeah.
I suppose it's from both sides. You're both
I'm doing
in-laws.
it from both sides.
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Mm.
And some of them, yes, are inspired.
We had someone write in. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this. Go.
She wanted to take on the persona of Charlotte from Monster in Law. So Charlotte, this is for you. She wrote, "This is triggering. Ha ha ha. Advice for a mother-in-law.
Yep.
Just because you're the elder doesn't mean you're entitled to automatic respect. You need to earn respect from your daughter-in-law in particular if you want to be respected back.
Oh.
Also, respect the couple's space, privacy, and the way they choose to live their life. Oh, and don't ask to sleep over the couple's house as soon as they return from their honeymoon and then cry once a boundary is set."
Oh, no. Oh, Charlotte.
Charlotte.
I feel for you.
You poor thing.
Poor thing.
Yeah, that's intense.
Wow. Yeah.
I think as an in-law, like there needs to be a respect of space in the relationship, space in the home, just respect. It needs to be respect everywhere.
Well, I've got here RESPECT. Find out what it means to me.
Oh, I was like, what does that spell?
Oh,
God, it's a
Fox,
slow-
get another coffee. I
It's
think.
a slow morning over here.
Aretha will be turning in her grave.
She's still alive.
No, she's dead, isn't she? I think she's dead.
Hey, Google.
All right, so we just Googled this. If you didn't hear, didn't think Aretha was dead. She died in 2018.
It's all the reels that are coming up of it singing, and like I still think she's alive.
She lives on. She lives on eternally.
Okay, so back to respect.
Yes, because one of my ones was actually going off what Charlotte said.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick. This is for the mother-in-laws. It's what I've seen on social media is where the mother-in-law gets very involved in the momentous occasions like the gender reveal.
Oh,
Have you seen
yeah.
one? They do the gender reveal and the mum comes and hugs the son before the
Yes.
mum-to-be even gets a chance to hug him. And I think that it's just from the mums that just don't have that detachment from their sons.
But is this something as mothers of boys that we need to be really aware of, and we need to let the wife...
Yeah. I've heard this mentioned before, and I remember Mum saying this to me. It's different when your daughter goes away and gets married or whatever to when your son does. It's like it's more of a detachment.
Right.
And you've just got to let them.
But is it because your daughter, she can look after herself, or his son, you just want to look after him? Is that what it is?
I think the son just he just goes off and lives his life. It's more of a separation, and some mothers and mothers-in-law don't get that. So do not take over the.
No, I agree. There needs to be boundaries.
100%. And I feel sorry for people like Charlotte. I'm lucky I've got good in-laws because you can't help you can't help who you fall in love with, first of all.
Yeah.
And you can't help what their families are going to be like.
That's right. The boundary needs to be set in your relationship too, where, we are husband and wife.
Yes.
And we should be number one.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yes. Yeah. Well, continue on that.
Yeah.
Don't hog the holidays. So this goes
Oh.
for when you've got sort of traditions set in your family growing up, and then you and your partner start making your own traditions.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And then it's time for Christmas and Easter, and sometimes it can just get awkward because your mum or the mother-in-law wants this, and it's like, we need to make a space for us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hard.
definitely. It's really when you start a new family dynamic.
Yeah.
You have to really set your, I don't know what the word is, your goals, your rules. I just feel like I'm really lucky because I've got really great in-laws. Like they back off.
Oh, that's good.
They step back. They don't get involved. We run what we want to run, and that's it.
Well, Leah, I'm the same. I am the same. But yeah, I have seen it. It's like that thing of you sort of got to pass the baton.
Yes, the baton.
Pass the baton. Now, what you got?
don't be a dick and question when you're going to have babies.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
That
So
is
because
annoying.
basically you're asking, are you having sex?
And lots of it.
And how often?
Are you in the right
and-
position?
Are you checking your little ovulation counter? No, don't check on that because everyone's got their own journey and their own battle when it comes to that.
Yeah.
So just step back.
Yeah,
So it's just such a fine line sometimes.
It can be, yeah, very tricky. I'm going to say don't make sexual innuendos or jokes or do the cheap gropes when you first meet the in-laws. Like, when you start dating.
Hang on, this isn't the father-in-law going for a cheap group.
No. This is like when you and your partner first sort of meet and you're meeting their family. Like, obviously you get frisky in the early days. Leave the friskiness
Keep
out
your
the door.
hands to yourself.
Keep your hands. And there's little jokes of, we're going to do this after, whatever.
Oh, my
Not
God.
in front of the in-laws. Or potential in-laws.
Yeah.
It's
No.
just bad.
Yeah,
But young guys, they don't get
they
it.
don't think.
They don't think. They're horny
Oh,
and
I know. And they
Yeah.
just don't think of the boundary.
no.
Don't be a dick and let the person be themselves. And what I mean by that is don't expect, say, your daughter-in-law or son-in-law to change once they're married.
Yeah.
So change their religion, change their, I don't know, language, change a lot of things because just let them be.
That's a hard one. Because I know, how many relationships
Change their name.
Oh, yeah. And if you don't carry on the family name and everything. Oof, that's spicy. And the religion one,
Yeah.
how many couples would have broken up because they didn't change religion?
Yeah.
Or the families would have a fallout because the in-law didn't change. Oof.
Yes. It's religion and culture. It's spicy.
It is
and it can be
spicy.
spicy. And that's where, I suppose, not that I'm giving advice here, like I'm a counselor, but you got to step back and that, we're all ruled by love. And as long as we all love and we're good people, that's what counts.
It is what counts, I think. Don't be a dick and be alarmed if your family dynamics are a bit different.
Oh, interesting.
I say this because my hubby's family are the loudest people you've ever met. And whenever we go to family functions, I was alarmed. That's when we first met. It was like a circus. Everyone's just yelling. They communicate really loudly. So I was like, oh, what the hell is going on here? And then the flip side, my husband would come to my house. Everyone's just quiet. And he's like,
my
why is nobody talking? This is just us. We're just
Nell, this is my family, but my family is the loud family and my husband's family is the quiet one. And it's,
it's different.
It's different. Like, the foibles of my family, like my mum and her sisters will all call each other the wrong names and they're yelling it across the room.
Yes.
They even call each other the cat's name. And my husband's just watching going, what is going on? And then I go to his house and it's my big fat Greek wedding and had the two families.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. And you go to, say, the husband's house and they've got the nice fine crockery and everything and it's very civilized.
And you're like a bull in the china shop singing, I don't belong here. I remember we went away on the holiday to my dad in Queensland and we were sitting outside. We're all having a good time, I thought. And then my husband was chirping with some conversation. And then we went out to a pub later on and he goes, everyone's so quiet. I felt I had to talk. I go, you didn't have to. He goes, it's getting awkward. I go, no one was awkward. Like,
everyone's happy in
everyone
their
was
space.
happy. It was you that was awkward. It was fine.
Do you know, I never forget with one of my exes back in the day, getting to know the family dynamic and it was Easter and they had the lamb on the spit and the uncle was going around with a half open lamb's head offering brains to everyone.
Oh, no.
And I was like, no, thank you.
God.
I've never forgotten it.
But
like, you want the eye? You want the eyeball? Like, no, I'm good. Good times, though.
Indeed. Don't be a dick and devalue family heirlooms or traditions. Yeah, so I had a friend who was cleaning out the house and they had some heirlooms and he thought this is nothing and he threw them out knowing that they were family heirlooms but he didn't value it. And then the father-in-law was not happy about it because it's something that had been in the family for a long time.
Wow.
Yes. So again, it comes from that respect thing
Yeah. Even though it's not worth money, it's got
Yes.
sentimental value.
Exactly. And you knew about it. So,
Do you know what this reminds me of? I'm not putting a joke on it, but do you remember in The Simpsons when Lisa was marrying into that posh English family and Homer had the heirlooms of the cufflinks were piggies?
oh, yeah.
And he really wanted the husband to wear them on the wedding day and he refused to, and it broke Lisa's heart
Because, that's
because
right.
it was the value and it was her dad.
I hadn't thought about that. That's when he saw into the future.
Yeah. The annals of my brain, Mez.
I have so many things that relate to a Simpsons episode, so it's okay.
So, yeah, but it's obviously something that's been through time because if Matt Groening has made a cartoon about it, it's something that matters to everyone.
Well, essentially what it is, you've got two families, two traditions, two histories, two types of personalities or multiple personalities, the enmeshment of it all.
Yeah, sometimes it meshes and sometimes it doesn't. But I think if you stand back and just smile and nod politely. Let's get out your Doc Martens and your flannel because we're going to talk about 90s grunge.
Ding, ding,
Ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding. Why did I make it sound like that 60s song Louie Louie?
To me, it sounded like a gang, ding, ding. I was meant to be Nirvana. Was that Nirvana to you?
Nirvana.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But for some reason, I turned it into that. Louie Louie. Oh. Anywho, the 90s.
90s.
So obviously, grunge did start in Seattle late 80s. But we were teenagers in the 90s, specifically 93, 94 onwards.
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain died in 1994. And that's when I remember that exploded.
Yeah.
Like people our age is when they got into grunge. Like his death
almost catapulted it.
Catapulted it, correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And that's when I got into grunge, Mez.
Yes, I think you led the way.
Well, I remember we were in year 8 in 1994 and I got into Nirvana. I remember the first time I listened to Triple J after Kurt Cobain died. So Courtney Love in Whole, she released her album in April, just a few days after Kurt Cobain's death.
Really?
And they played it on Triple J. And I remember hearing it and going, oh, my God. And it really grated with my ears. I'm like, because I wasn't used to that sort of music. I'm like, I remember saying it in my head, you are going to persevere through this and listen to it. And from then, that moment, I'd never stopped listening to Triple J. But the assault to my ears, I remember it. And I wasn't used to it because all I listened to was Fox FM.
Yeah.
And I suppose after Kurt Cobain's death, maybe grunge did go mainstream. I mean, Smells Like Teen Spirit was number 1 in 93, I think, or 92. But yeah, it just became more acceptable.
Can I ask you what, if I'm going to roll off some names, I'm going to see, are these all grunge?
Okay.
Because,
interesting.
So I know that, like, obviously 80s, it had a lot of heavy metal. So you went from the Metallica and Guns N' Roses, and then you've got just the grunge coming in.
Yeah.
So are these bands grunge or not?
Okay.
You just say yes or no.
Okay.
Rage Against the Machine?
Yes.
Faith No More?
Yes.
Soundgarden?
Yes.
Blink-182?
Punk.
Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so mainly that.
Blink-182, I never forget, they were like...
So it's a bit later on.
Yeah, they were more, 95. No, but I remember listening to them in 94. But, yeah, because I had their first album, Cheshire Cat, come out.
So what's Green Day? Is Green Day punk?
Green Day's punk.
Okay.
Yeah. But Blink-182 describe themselves as like the Tonka truck of punk, of the punk scene. So my first punk band, and that was like the gateway. Yeah, but they were very silly. But we won't talk about Blink at the moment.
Okay. I'll cross them off. Offspring. What's Offspring?
Grunge.
Okay. So I remember that I know they're very mainstream.
Well, what was it? 94.
Nah.
Yeah. That's self-esteem.
Yeah.
Come out and play.
Yeah, come out and
play.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, that was all grunge.
Yeah.
And oh my God, on Offspring, I remember going to a party and with their album Smash, and they had that song about road rage. Hey man, you know I'm really okay. When getting cut off, it makes me insane. And I remember being at a party, we're all singing it. I'm like, we had no idea what road rage was. Mum was driving me up and back from school in calisthenics, and there was no symbol of road rage. And here I'm single, getting cut off. Yeah. No.
So a random flashback about Offspring. Do you remember we used to go to the blue light discos?
Yes,
Well,
in
we went to a
Eltham.
few. Yes. So for those who don't know, they have local discos run by the police, I
Yes.
think, for the sort of 14 to the underage.
Somewhere for the young kids to go.
Yeah, and a roller skating rink, and you'd dance, and some people would hook up, and it was fun. It's good, clean fun. But Offspring was playing, and I'd never actually moshed before, so I started jumping up and headbanging.
Yeah.
Then so I drooled on my friend Cara, and she's like, "Hey, you drooled on me." I go, "No, I didn't." I'm cool. I would never drool on you, but I did. Sorry.
That's so hilarious. I also remember at the Blue Light Disco, they were playing Green Day When I Come Around. I remember dancing to that too.
Yeah.
How funny, those memories. But then 1994 was also the year that Silverchair exploded onto the scene.
Yes.
I remember Mez Silverchair, and I bought the single from like a pop-up shop in the middle of Northland from Sanity.
Yeah.
And I bought 2 singles, one for me and one for a girl who was going to a birthday party. And I've never forgotten that.
Was it the
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
It
yeah.
was tomorrow. And but do you remember going to the concert, Silverchair? We saw Silverchair in Everclear.
Yes.
That was good.
Do you remember what happened to me?
You got crowd surfed on the head,
Yes.
and I just laughed.
Yes. Sorry. I have that in my notes.
I'm
So the
sorry.
band started, the crowd surfed on my head. I was really bad at holding my feet in the mosh pit. And we'll go on to the mosh pit. But I fell down, and I just remember the sea parting. Like everyone was sort of standing around me, and then you were just sort of standing there.
I was in shock.
And then some random dude helped me up. But what I also remember about that particular one was the first note that Everclear played. I was wearing a button-up top. The first note that they played, I don't know what happened, but my top just totally flew open because the mosh pit just got going and it flung my boobs out.
An 80s video clip in the wind. Like cherry pie from Warrant. But it was not warranted.
But can you talk about the mosh pits?
Oh, my
grunge?
God.
The smell of that sweat.
I didn't like mosh pits.
Neither did I. I
But
got
I
used
still-
to it. I feel
Yeah.
like you had to build up an endurance to it.
Yeah, I remember like always having my arms in
Yes.
front of me to
You'd have-
protect me.
Yes, and then you often get kicked in the head from the crowd.
Yeah. But also
You'd learn.
you
to-
learn. You have
Yeah.
to roll with it. But
Yes.
also when the crowd surged
Surges
forwards
and
and
your
back,
legs would go do-do-do-do-do-do.
you really had to lose control. And I didn't like that actually.
It could be a scary feeling. You could see how,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just full of men or young boys or young men.
Yeah,
with the
young
shirts off.
Yeah. Oh, it stunk.
It stunk.
On the
big time.
sweat. And I
The
remember
sweat, yeah.
touching someone, like,
You'd be like, "Oh,
ooh,
slimy."
yeah, yuck. I say, I think it was my first experience of the mosh pit was Silverchair at the Palace in 1994, 1995, and I didn't like it. And from then on, I kind of stood back. I like to dance more.
Okay.
But I got sucked into a mosh pit. I don't remember the year. This was 2000s, but I was waiting for Hole to play. This was the year where Marilyn Manson put the microphone up his bottom, and as soon as Hole started playing, I got sucked under, and I'm like, far out, I'm in trouble here, and I quickly got up and it went out.
Oh, that's
Like
good.
for some reason, I just got myself up.
Yeah. No, my very first one of Silverchair at Bells Beach when I was young.
Oh.
I met my mum let me go.
My
Go there.
parents didn't let me go to that.
Oh.
I cried in my room for days.
I cried because I got sucked under twice.
You're
I got
joking.
sucked under. I was on the floor. Guy helped me up. I'm like, I went back in, fell over.
Oh,
He pulled me out,
my
And I
God.
spent the rest of the concert crying.
Oh,
on the
no,
sidelines.
I didn't know this.
Yes. I was too young.
Oh.
I was too young. Yeah, that's my main memory. Big crying.
Oh, jeez. Do you remember Smashing Pumpkins Disarm?
Yes.
Remember with the
How
bells?
does it go?
Ding, ding, ding. Killer in me, he's a killer in you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I always thought that was so highbrow because it had like the cello and the
Yeah.
violins. Like,
So
oh.
remember was it Melancholy and the Infinite?
Oh, that was your album. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like mid-90s.
Yes, because I think, because that one album I had. Oh, God.
And you were always so intellectual when you were able to play the piano.
Yes, I can
to
still
that.
play it.
You
So
can
it's-
do it.
It's weird. You know that muscle memory? If
Yeah.
I go to piano and just play that song, I can play it.
Wow.
But if I actually try to think of the notes, I won't be able to play it. It's weird. But Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh,
Do you remember
yeah.
when Under the Bridge came out? That was
Yeah.
1992.
Yeah, we were
in
grade
6. How good was that?
Yeah.
And
I didn't really like it as much as I did as I got older and right into the Chili Peppers. And then, after Kurt Cobain died as well, going back to that, and Foo Fighters emerged in 1995.
Yeah.
So the year after. And who would have thought? I mean, Dave Grohl, he's taken his medicine at the moment. Like, we've all turned off him a little bit. But when he, like, as a singer, not a drummer.
Yeah.
Oh, he was great. I loved Dave Grohl. But I went to the Foo Fighters concert, and this was in the early 2000s, and the camera was above him, and he had a bald patch in the middle of his head, and they had to quickly cut away from it. And I saw that bald patch, and he really fell off the stage as well.
Oh, it's always
clumsy.
It's always. I always feel bad when the star that falls off the stage. Oh, jeez.
Regurgitator, Aussie. I don't know if they're grunge, but they were of that era. Yeah. Anyway, they did a gig 2 years ago. And my husband and I really wanted to go to it. And we were talking we were at the front in the mosh, because it wasn't a mosh, because we're all 40, 50-year-olds.
Yeah.
And I was talking to this guy, we're having a good chat, and he goes, I'm going to crowd surf. Are you sure? He's like, if I don't do it now, I'll never do it. He was like 60.
Okay.
And he did it. And I took a photo for him and sent it to him. And he goes, that whole thing, if I don't do it now, I will be too old to ever do it again. And I sent it to the band and they loved it. Awesome. They loved the story. But it's just the band's coming out now and rehashing albums from the 90s. It's just, you're reliving a heyday and you're loving it.
Yeah, well, it's like was said with Metallica and stuff later on. And my brothers my sister-in-law as well, went to Pearl Jam last year because they came to me. They loved it.
Did they really?
They loved it.
So many good memories, so many good songs.
Just remember the looks. As I said, the Doc Martens were huge. Flannel.
Yeah. I didn't really wear flannel. I wore cords.
No, I'm thinking about the boys. All the boys wore flannel shirts.
Yeah.
And they had that long hair.
Yeah. Long hair. Yeah. My husband had really long hair. He had long blonde hair past his shoulders. Yeah, because, he's so corporate now.
Oh, yeah.
And so short back and sides. Yeah, he had long hair back in the 90s.
I love the 90s long hair.
That's why my husband and we got together. That was our endearing quality, the love for the same music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you describe grunge? Like, what's the difference between heavy metal and grunge? Well, heavy metal's obviously heavier. I think the guitar's like full on.
Grunge isn't. It's not that screaming. It's got more melody to it.
And a bit more soulful? Like, is it a bit more?
I suppose so. That's a really good question because I don't know, because grunge was my rebellion of my teenage years.
It was angry. But like heavy metal was angry too.
Heavy metal's angry to another level though. Because my brother liked metal and it was all the things were black and everything was black, whereas grunge, it wasn't so black.
Grunge wasn't as black. You're right.
I remember red flannel.
Like I said, the flannel was huge.
But also, with grunge, there were also female-led bands and like Garbage, Veruca Salt. I remember me and Cal, we wanted Veruca Salt to come to Australia. So we set up a petition and we walked around Greensboro Plaza asking if we can leave the petition there for people to sign. People didn't know who Veruca Salt were. And I don't even think we picked up the petition. I think we just left it there. You're 14 or 15, but yeah.
That's another thing I think that is about the grunge is the big day out, live gigs, music festivals. I feel like music festivals were at its peak around that time.
Yeah, it was the best. 90s grunge. We are so blessed to have been in that heyday. So lucky.
Oh, because after high school, we'd go out clubbing and we'd go to alternative night.
Metro.
Yep. And so they have Guru, which was Thursday, which is alternative night, and they play grunge music. And I always remember whenever they played Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name Of, you'd see all the boys gather on to the dance floor and they were like little lemmings. Remember I said the lemmings? They'd be like, all the testosterone and anger and angst. It would come out and they'd all be like, especially, it's got a great crescendo.
Yeah.
Do
what they told you. Do. Now you do what they told you.
Oh, and yes, everyone just jumped. And then
that was so fun.
I'd learned by then to get out of the mosh pit.
So
stand back, but you'd just see testosterone.
I remember dancing to Tenacious D with you on the stage.
To Limp Bizkit. Fred Durst.
Move it. Hands up, hands down. Back up. That's what you want to do now. Keep rolling. Oh, God. We had a full dance choreography there.
We did. Got the fellas.
Sure did every week.
That's
That's the end of this week's show.
Show. Thank you, Midlifers, for listening. We hope you've enjoyed this week's show.
Yeah, and don't forget to drop us a DM or hop into our speak pipe.
We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, and see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.